Hey now. All right. I should be popping up. Here we go. Hey now. Hey now. Hey now. How's everybody doing? Can you hear me? Let's see who we got here. DJ Donnelly, how you doing, DJ? Oh, it's Rudy, Jeff Overing, Bryce Bourne, good to see you. Ryan OG, David DeMatteo, how you doing? Real Fifth Beetle, what's up, Mikey? Antonis, hey now, hey now. Matt Souter, hey now. Jonathan Sango, hey now, hey now. How's it hanging? It's hanging good. Dark Corner Media, hello, hello, hey. Sam Thomason, hey now. Nuclear, hey now. JK Ranson Reviews, hey now. Sean Sr., Jonathan Davis, Rock Music Forever 90, hey now. Wayne Thomas, hey Christian, hope this week treated you well. Well, it's going good. It's kind of like my Sunday. Tomorrow I go back to work for the weekend. I work every other weekend, but it's not that bad. You know what I mean? We'll watch back this later, but stop to say hi during the Kick-Ass Cat's Eye cover. Hey everyone. Hey now. Hey now. Thank you. Norn, what's up, man? JK Ranson Reviews. Cyborg is on Prime, worth a watch, but not a purchase. Oh, I'm a huge Cyborg fan. Huge Cyborg fan. Any thoughts on Ghost Ship? We're going to get to that. We're going to talk. Whatever you guys want to talk about, I'll answer your questions. Is it Ian? IASSS? Remind me what your name was again, because I remember last time I was calling you little ass. Yes, Bobby, I saw the YouTube recommendation. Thank you very much. What's your favorite practical effect? Before I answer you guys' questions, so let me talk about a few things real quick. So if you saw the thumbnail of the video, I'm assuming you guys hear me fine too. If you saw the thumbnail of the video, I have an announcement. It's not a big deal, but I just want to let you guys know what's going on. So number one, and I'm going to answer your questions, guys. I see you. And if I don't answer it because it gets lost, please re-ask the question. But if you guys want to just bear with me for just a second. So basically what's going on is I needed to rebrand slightly, not because I got in trouble or something was wrong, but I'm forward thinking about this and I want to fix some things. So on the You Need a Horror podcast, you know, I'm starting to push some merchandise for the show now, and the show is doing really good, and that's because of you guys supporting the show, and I love you all for that. But in the same breath, I am pushing merchandise for the podcast with an image that I didn't create. That image of Tarman was done by an artist. Now, the initial thing was just I was making a cool logo for the show, but the show's doing good, and I'm so proud of it, and I'm going to start pushing product, and I want to have that logo not have a picture that somebody drew. The Tarman was an artist piece. So my wife, who's somewhat of a little artist herself, I just got her a new iPad for her birthday, and she bought this app where she can stencil and draw and stuff. And she recreated the You Need a Horror podcast logo for me. And instead of a Tarman head, she did the zombie hem with the spray paint, like you see on the poster part 1. And it's also the More Brains pin. So this is the new logo for the show in various color schemes. But this is the logo for the show now, the You Need a Horror podcast. And on the Teespring now, which I've got all the prices marked down, you get the new You Need a Horror podcast logo. You Need It, We Got It, with the zombie arm spray paint. And my wife did that, and I'm very proud of her. Thank you, baby. I love you for doing that for me. And so now the show is free and clear. When I push merchandise, I don't have to, you know, I want you guys to enjoy the merchandise, and I don't want to have to get in trouble because I put artwork on there that's a Tarman logo that I didn't own. And that's really the only merchandise that I really push pretty hard, is that kind of stuff. So the new show has a slightly altered logo, so I wanted to share that with everybody to just let you know. You guys know I love Return of the Living Dead. All I do is rock these movies. I'm watching it right now while we do some stuff like that. Second thing, before we answer the questions, is my band Cold Canyons is now, let me see something. My band Cold Canyons just dropped our live EP. That's Cold Canyons, COLD Canyons, CANYONS. We just dropped our live EP from a show we did. It's all fully mixed and everything, but it's real live performances from a show we did not too long ago. And I want you guys to go on Spotify. I want you to go on Apple Music. I want you to go wherever you listen to music and check out my band Cold Canyons. We just released our live EP, Cold Canyons, live at Strange Brew. And if you listen to any songs, please check out Standing in the Fire, because I got a lot of really fun backup vocals on that track. So yeah, we got the new logo with the You Need a Horror podcast. All that merchandise is available on Teespring with the updated logos, guys. You can get those cheap. You can get my favorite, which is the crew neck sweatshirts, which is like a regular sweatshirt, regular neck. You can get zip up hoodies. You can get regular hoodies. You can get t-shirts. You can get mugs, and also the CHH Live stuff. That's all on there too. I shouldn't have to mess with any of that kind of logo stuff. Right there is the CHH Live stuff. That should be fine. But yeah, so there we go. We got the new logo. We got new music from Cold Canyons everywhere you listen to music. And then we've got merchandise updates all on the Teespring. And I always tell people, if you buy something from Teespring, send me a picture of it so I can put you on the podcast. I want to take a picture of it and show you representing it on the podcast. Anyway, let's answer some questions. Let me scroll back up. Any thoughts on Ghost Ship? Asked Jonathan. Jonathan, I love Ghost Ship. I think that the opening of the film is the best part of the movie, but I like Ghost Ship. I like those early 2000s, late 90s remakes. You've got the triple threat, the House on Haunted Hill, 13 Ghosts, and Ghost Ship. I would say House on Haunted Hill is the best, then 13 Ghosts, then Ghost Ship. But the opening of Ghost Ship is amazing. A very fun little 90s, 2000s movie, right? What was that, 2002? What's up, Dirk Hall? What's your favorite practical effects scene in any horror movie? Asked Antanas. We answered that on the podcast. Oh, guys, the You Need a Horror podcast episode coming out, the one that's coming out Sunday is a free-for-all discussion, but we also answered questions that people asked us. We talked about this, but I believe my answer was The Blob, 1988. You remember the scene where the guy's reaching his hand into the sink because it's clogged up, and then the blob sucks the guy into the drain? That was brutal. That's one of my favorites. Do you ever see yourself going full-time on YouTube? Mike, this is the way I approach YouTube. I give it my all, and I do the best I can. And if those opportunities arise, that's awesome. But I don't put I wouldn't just quit my job tomorrow or anything, because I'm far, far, far from anything like that. But I'm getting to where I'm doing okay, and I'm very proud of where I've gotten. It took me a very long time to get to where this little corner of YouTube I have now. I think we're at 12,600 subs, which is mind-blowing to me, but it's really cool, and I'm just very proud of what I'm doing, and I'm going to continue to do it. And if it ever gets to that point, God bless. I mean, I'll go for it. I'll never stop. I love doing this, unless something just happens in my life where I just decide I have no joy in it anymore. Having fun showing my son some old Toho Godzilla films. Norn, my favorite Godzilla film is Godzilla versus Biollante. That's a great one. Ghost Ship versus Death Ship. Homie, I'm going to go with Ghost Ship on that. Okay, Ilias. Got it. Christian, from what I heard, CGI is more expensive than practical, but practical takes a lot more time planning. That's odd to me, isn't it, Bobby? You think it'd be different, but, you know, who knows? I'm not in the music and I'm not in the movie business, so I guess, I wouldn't know. Thoughts on Lake Placid? Asked Jonathan. Dude, Lake Placid is the real deal. I love Lake Placid. It's no alligator. If you guys saw my channel, if you haven't watched it, please go ahead and check out the new review for Alligator, the 4K. Not the best looking 4K, but the movie is amazing, and this movie has not had a really good release for a long time, as far as I'm concerned. We're going to be watching Alligator 2 soon. And guys, please, all right, let me ask you guys a question. Please tell me did anybody like this? I got it because it was really cheap, and I wanted just to see it. I bought this. I got it for $7 on Amazon. It was like some kind of flash sale, and I was like, okay, I'll buy that. The Slumber Party Massacre remake. I never paid attention to any of the reviews for this, but $7. I was like, what? Then I checked it again today, and I was like, oh, it's back up to like 18. I don't know what the hell happened, but I got it for $7. Awesome logo. Hell yeah, dig it. Thank you guys very much. JK says awesome logo. John Kyle, what's up, baby? Listening while at work. All right, Johnny. House on Haunted Hill is so underrated, dude. It's great. It's so good. It's my jam, my all-time jam. All right, I answered that question from you, Mikey. Good question. Phil's Creepy Vids. How you doing, brother? Love Phil. Good guy. Sweetheart. What are your thoughts on Constantine? Oh, dude, I haven't seen that since it came out. Jonathan, that's one I've got to revisit. I mean, really, you know. M85 says song idea anti-Christian, not about anti-Christianity. Instead, it's about Christian having a really bad day. It sounds like a punk song to me. I should probably write that. Will the Wolfman, have you seen the 4K Texas Chainsaw Massacre Turbine Media Steelbook slipcase release that's coming out? I believe it's a German company. They're also doing a Candyman 4K digibook. I am Will the Wolfman. I think I'm gonna if I got one, I would get the VHS cover art one, but I don't know why. I got to see how much it costs because I want Texas Chainsaw in 4K, no doubt. But I don't know. I think also Second Sight is doing it. If I don't hear from Second Sight in like a few weeks, maybe I'll go ahead and just see what I can get from Turbine because I think that one actually is a legitimate 4K with UHD and Dolby and all that. So. I don't know. This year. I'm gonna be owning Texas Chainsaw in 4K, one way or the other. I know that. Excuse me. Cody Leach went full time. I think you're better, to be honest. Well, thank you, Mikey. I appreciate that. Did you know Mark Burnham, Leatherface 2022, is going to be at Texas Frightmare? Also, the mother will be there. Dirk, I need to be at Texas Frightmare this year. If anybody listening is going, please find me. I'm going to Texas Frightmare this year, without question. I'm going. Ilias says, I watched The Empty Man today. It's underrated. The Empty Man is really cool, Ilias. That's a good movie. I'm really big fan of The Empty Man. Really wish you could go to Living Dead Weekend. It would be crazy fun. Well, first off, the name of that sounds amazing. I wish I could go to the Living Dead Weekend, too. That sounds awesome. Today's guest, guys, we are sporting the New Nightmare Freddy Krueger from, obviously, Wes Craven's New Nightmare. This is a what are these called? Sideshow Collectibles, and he's pretty cool. So he's our guest for the episode today. Thoughts on Cherry Falls? Perfect double feature with Urban Legend. Cherry Falls was good. I actually thought the thing that was good about Cherry Falls was it really wasn't overtly like humorous and 90s, smart alecky, characters. I thought Cherry Falls actually balanced it really well as being a horror movie. Cherry Falls, I think, is one of the better films from that time, quite frankly. It may be in my top 5 if I really broke it down, Mikey. I think Cherry Falls is the real deal. Any thoughts on Gargoyle from the early 70s? Bryce, I haven't seen Gargoyle. That sounds cool, though. Gargoyle. I don't know. Haven't seen that. Danny Har, hey, what's up, Christian? How's your week been, brother? Well, thank you for asking. It's going good. I think I have air conditioner problems again, but I'm not going to let it get me down. It is what it is. Luckily, it's cold right now, so the heater works fine, but we'll see. I don't know. We'll see. We're going to figure it out. But other than that, man, I'm healthy. I'm happy. Everything is good. Thank you for asking. Matt Souter, listening to Stand in the Fire. Sounds good. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Enjoy it. An alligator, you can tell they use the baby alligator toy-sized objects, but who cares? It's awesome. Bobby, yeah, I think they scaled everything pretty good. I was surprised how well alligator held up. I mean, as a kid, it terrified me, but I was actually surprised. Like, man, it looks good. Oh, it's Rudy said, I enjoyed the Slumber Party remake, $7 still. Yeah, dude, I don't know what it was. Like, it was like $7 for like, I guess I checked it at like 5:30 in the morning because I was getting ready to get off work. And I was like, $7? What the hell? I'll grab that. Maybe it's terrible, but for $7, it is what it is. Yo, what do you think of Alice, Sweet Alice? Oh, dude, it's one of the best films from that time. So good. Such a good movie. I think the director just passed away too, which is very unfortunate. Any thoughts on The Mist? Oh, dude, The Mist. I love the ending of The Mist because it's so heartbreaking and painful. And I think when, the average person, not maybe necessarily the horror fans, but like my family, when they watched that, they just like, I can't stand that ending. Why did they just open the door? I was like, oh, it's so tragic, isn't it? Like, it makes you feel something, Second site are releasing Texas Chainsaw Massacre on 4K, so there's gonna be options, which is gonna be cool. Which makes me wonder who's gonna release it in America. Is it gonna be Dark Sky? Are they doing it too? Who knows? I'm sure I'll own a couple versions of it. Quite frankly, you know how we are, guys. Favorite Hatchet movie? That's a great question. My favorite Hatchet movie, David, has to be Hatchet 2. I think you can't really get better than Hatchet 2. Hatchet 2's Victor Crowley and Tony Todd as Reverend Zombie is just amazing. I think Tony Todd is so funny, and all the great cameos in part 2. Tom Holland, Danielle Harris is in part 2. So many great moments in part 2. I think part 2 is the top-notch Hatchet movie. What are your thoughts on Get Out? Jonathan Songo asks. Get Out's fine. I actually think I like Us a little bit better, I'm excited for Nope because I think the trailer looked really good. Oh, excuse me. Night of the Living Dead, 68 or 90? Which one do you like better? Oh, Bobby, why do you have to torture me? Probably 90, but it's tough, man. Some days I'll say 68, but I love the remake. I really do. I really do. It's really a tie. It's hard to pick, but I love the remake. Sideshow does some great pieces. Yes, they do. What's your second favorite subgenre in horror? Mine is giallo. Second favorite. So you guys know my first favorite is horror comedy. It's my number one, horror comedy. Number 2 would honestly probably be creature feature or mini creature features, whatever you call them, like pint-sized killers, if you will. I love the puppets. I love the ghoulies. I love the cellar dwellers. I love the alligators and the blobs and that kind of thing. So probably creature feature of varying size monsters. Good question, Dirk. If your life was a movie, what song would be on the soundtrack? Oh, that's a great question. Alice Cooper, Under My Wheels. And then Alice Cooper, What Do You Want From Me would be a good one on my soundtrack. Blue Oyster Cult, Mirrors would be in my life soundtrack. Yeah. A mirror is a negative space with a frame. Good stuff from them. Yeah. Oh, and then Do You Want to Party would be in the soundtrack of my life because Do You Want to Party? Anything from Julian Cope, probably The Greatness and Perfection of Love, and probably Trampoline. Trampoline's a good song to be in my life. You can watch Gargoyles on Amazon Prime, and somebody has it up on YouTube. Good. Mike asks, what's your favorite slasher subgenre? Got to be camp slashers or college slashers for me. Favorite subgenre of slashers? Huh. Camp is probably a no-brainer answer because the camp ones are the best. Yeah. Yeah, because you got Madman and the Friday the 13th and, Berserker, all those. Yeah, probably camp slashers too, to be honest with you. What's up, Austin? How you doing? Alan, how you doing, Alan? Hey now. Have you read the original King story for The Mist? Somebody's told me about it, but I don't think I know I haven't read his original story. Any direct-to-video Steven Seagal movies that you enjoy? Probably. Let me see. They all kind of run together. Let me see which ones I've seen. Urban Justice. I loved Urban Justice from 2007. Which ones have I seen? Black Dawn was pretty good. 2005. In the early 2000s, he was still doing some okay movies. Some of them are okay. I remembered liking Submerged. The Foreigner. I like The Foreigner too. But anything recent, I can't really. I didn't like Force of Execution. General Commander, I got to see this. This one's only a few years old. Urban Justice is probably one of my favorites from the direct-to-video. Thoughts on The Happening? The Happening was pretty good. I actually thought that was a pretty good movie, Jonathan. That was the Mark Wahlberg thing, right? Where people were just dropping. I remember liking that. I thought it was fun, you know. I did like the police involvement in Hatchet 3. Got Die Hard 2 in the mail yesterday. Been looking for it for a couple of years. I think it's a rare one now since Disney bought Fox. What the hell is Disney doing, man? I don't know. You know it. Got Die Hard 2. Tabata Vision. What's up, brother? How you doing, man? Are you wearing a fucking movie tees vintage 1988 Return of the Living Dead? I'm not. I have those, Tabata. I've actually got the two Terror Threads or Gutter Garbs. They put out the comic book ones that you know I'm talking about. But this was from Cavity Colors, and I just thought it was brilliant. It is vintage. Maybe this is old art too that I'm just not aware of. But I got this from Cavity Colors, and I love it. I have all those classic Return of the Living Dead 2 shirts, though, man. I got them all. I've got the one with like the car and all the zombies around it, the cartoon one, then the grave hand, all of them. I've got them all, brother. I was actually wearing them yesterday. I don't know if you're familiar with me too much yet, man, but like Return of the Living Dead is my favorite movie, and I'm obsessed with part 2 as much as part 1. And I buy every shirt that ever comes out for these movies from those t-shirt companies. All of them. I'm actually watching Return of the Living Dead on the TV right there, or I have it in the background. So I'm obsessed, absolutely obsessed. What is the best Children of the Corn sequel, and do you think it's an underrated horror franchise? I don't know, DJ. I think that there are some decent ones. I think 3 is probably my favorite sequel. I like 3 quite a bit, actually. You know, Jamie, how you doing, Jamie? Hey now. My favorite subgenres are slasher, zombie, and body horror. There you go. Good one, Snoring. If you could go back in time and be the assistant of any practical effects monster, who would you assist and what items would be picked up along the way as bonuses for your help? Joe Cool, it's a good question. Assist in any practical effects monster, who would you assist in? Oh, I've got to assist Tom Savini in anything. I'd like to work with Tom on Creepshow. I think that would be the best, right? Favorite horror comedy, mine is Idle Hands. Well, David, silly answer, but everybody knows that my favorite horror comedy is my favorite horror movie, Return of the Living Dead. People talk about how old Leatherface is, but nobody mentions that Grandpa was said to be 124 years old in the OG Texas Chainsaw Massacre. So LF has longevity on his side and maybe be more like 40s or 50s physically. Who knows, JK? I just try not to think about that kind of stuff. You know, I'm not interested in really thinking about that. You know, it's just, I just enjoyed the movies, you know. I love 3D too. Love Texas Chainsaw 3. Take the Ring. Hey now. Any thoughts on Thinner? Oh, that's a great one, Jonathan. I love Thinner. Yeah, I like that one. Thinner's a good 90s Stephen King movie. What's your favorite animal horror movie? I guess Jaws, right? It's got to be Jaws. I don't have the Skeleton Crew book. Austin, I've got a number of old ones. I've got first editions of a lot of them. Christine, The Stand, Stephen King's It. Why am I saying Stephen King? That's what we're talking about. It. I think I've got Children of the Corn. I've got a number of old ones, but I don't have that one. I enjoyed Mark Wahlberg's The Happening. Can't believe that movie gets crap. Bobby, everything gets crap nowadays, man. Just enjoy what you enjoy. You know what I mean? Evil Dead 2 is the king of horror comedy. Can't be beaten. Yeah, it's a hard one to argue, man. I love Evil Dead 2. It's one of my all-time favorites as well. Evil Dead 2 is, you know, the real deal. Love Evil Dead 2. I love Army of Darkness the most, though. How we doing? Thinner is a very underrated Stephen King movie, Bobby says. Latest pickup for me was Dead Heat 4K Blu-ray and Elden Ring for PS5. Just got here too. Watched some Alligator last night. I got to finish it. What's up, CH, my dude? So glad you enjoyed Dead Heat, man. I love Dead Heat. Dead Heat is one of my favorite buddy comedy movies in general. Alligator is great, man. You're going to enjoy it and enjoy your game for PlayStation, man. Hope you're doing good. What are your thoughts on Mimic? Dude, Mimic. Holy crap. I haven't seen that in years. I'm not at liberty to comment, Jonathan. I know exactly what movie that is. God, I remember liking it, but I would love to revisit that. I mean, I really need to revisit that. Christian, what's this, Andy Phillips? Christian, what movie star did you have a crush on when you were a teenager? Scarlett Johansson, sure. Salma Hayek, still. When I was a teenager, though, I'm trying to think. Honestly, probably Lindsay Lohan, if I'm being honest. Dude, I remember when Mean Girls came out, that movie was like, Jesus, man. When Mean Girls came out, everybody was fawning over Lindsay Lohan and that, you know. Who else, though? Who else was, maybe Megan Fox? But I remember Mean Girls specifically was like the thing when that came out, man. I tell you. Alien says, I want the new Jeepers Creepers movie to be good. Well, I saw they put some images in Rue Morgue magazine. I think it was Rue Morgue. If not, it was Horror Hound or something. But some of the images I saw looked pretty good, Alien. So, what can you do? Austin says, what type of plot would you like to see in Under Siege 3 if it had got made? I don't know, man. Under Siege at Burger King. Somebody held hostage at a Burger King because I feel Steven Seagal would fit in with that. What are your thoughts on Zombie, Jeff? Oh, Zombie's the greatest movie ever. Are you kidding me? Lucio Fulci's Zombie is the greatest Italian horror movie ever made, in my opinion. I love it. Amity Hour, just a suggestion, but I would love I would love a podcast episode of top 10 horror side characters. Yeah, you mean like supporting characters? That would be cool, Amity. That'd be a good one. What are you watching on the screen behind you, Jamie? That's Texas. No, that's Return of the Living Dead. Return of the Living Dead. Does owning Die Hard, Alien, Predator scare me? Disney owning them scares you. Oh, yeah, Anthony. Good to see you, man. Tabatovich, you guys check out this guy. I just found his channel one day and I loved he makes these really cool little videos and his shit's awesome. So check out Tabatovich. What it was he remastered all these songs. Dude, I hate to bug you. Can you ever think about remastering Black Roses, Soldiers of the Night? Oh my God, I would just go nuts if you remastered that. Absolutely go nuts. Or from Return of the Living Dead 2. I've wanted to bug you about this, but I don't want to bug you, That and also Leatherwolf from Return of the Living Dead Part 2, Leatherwolf's track now I'm standing alone in the night. That's I can't find that anywhere, and when I do find it, the quality of it's not great. I just would die if you remastered that. I would absolutely lose my mind. But I all your stuff is in a private playlist I made for me, and I just jam it all the time when I'm driving anywhere, and I listen to all those remasters. You did such a good job. The one that was the most impressive to me was honestly that Scream one you did from that band. I forgot the name of the band. I loved them. They were that band that had that really big song, Standing on the Rooftop, shout it out, baby, I'm ready to go. That band. Great job, guys. Check out Tabata Vision. He's the real deal. He's the real deal. Italian or American 80s horror? I guess American. I love Italian, though. I mean, it just... How do you beat Texas Chainsaw Massacre 2 and Return of the Living Dead and how do you beat that? I don't know. Thoughts on Hereditary? Asked Jonathan. Oh, dude, I love Hereditary. That was a good movie. That was such a good movie. And Tabato says, yes, Return of the Living Dead 2 is severely underrated and underappreciated. Dude, it's my jam. I love it. I love it to death. I've got the cool poster up here with the poster where the zombie has the nose for the tornado zombie. It's actually got the nose. It's up there because I wanted to have that poster in here because I love it. Cavity Colors is amazing, but I hurt my wallet last month. Oh, Dirk with a super chat. God bless. Digging the You Need a Horror podcast. Been listening at work. Plus, got to support my man from Dubuque, North Louisiana, Shreveport. Oh, that's awesome, man. That is so cool. Thank you for enjoying everything. Reach out to me, man. I'm in Shreveport all the time. Get some dinner sometime. Thank you so much, dude. I really appreciate that. Thank you so much. Terror Threads coming out with Return of the Living Dead shirts soon. I bought an Event Horizon shirt from Creeporama. That's going to look brutal. Whenever Terror Threads puts up Return of the Living Dead shirts, Return of the Living Dead 2 shirts, I literally have to buy them all. I cannot help myself. I just adore Return of the Living Dead merchandise. I have Return of the Living Dead 2 on DVD. So you mentioned one time that Warner DVD is actually the original version before they use a new soundtrack for the theatrical run. Well, yeah, it's got the speculation because I don't know. This is what I think. People talked about maybe it was a lawsuit that had it was the reason that the DVD had a different soundtrack than the original VHS and probably what was in theaters. But when I watched the Ken Wiederhorn interview on Return of the Living Dead 2's Blu-ray, he just talked about we scored the movie and then I put it together and I just sent it to Lorimar and told them we need a new score. This doesn't work. And I think that there was a possible mix up when they put the DVD out and they just used the true original score that they didn't want to use at all and put it on that DVD, which I like that score. And then Sauce, the guy that when we did the episode, which is one of my favorite episodes, the You Need a Horror podcast episode on Return of the Living Dead 2 and 3, we talked about that. And Steak Sauce told me if you put on the French audio for the Return of the Living Dead 2 DVD, that it plays the the real soundtrack that is now on the Blu-ray and that was on the VHS and everything. So I think it was a mix-up. But because of that, I'll never get rid of my Return of the Living Dead 2 DVD. I remember being madly in love with the girl from Children of the Corn Part 2. There you go. What's your favorite film with a flamethrower in it? I don't know. Flamethrower, maybe I like that intro in Lethal Weapon 4, I gotta be honest with you. And then they were playing Fire in the Hole in there. That was the Van Halen song with Gary Cherone singing. What actor would you want to see and think can transition well into horror or any other genre they are not well known for? Well, nuclear, I would say that Nicolas Cage is doing that pretty damn cool. Who else? Stallone needs to be in like a legit just horror monster movie, man, like a Predator. I think Stallone could do it. I'd love to because he just it needs to be serious because that's his forte. But I would love to see Stallone just take a strike at a monster movie, man. You know. My horror movie crush was Jason Patrick. I plastered my wall with posters of him from Teen Beat and then such. Jason Patrick's a good one. Why does it matter how old they are? They're not normal humans anyway. Favorite Insidious, minus surprisingly Chapter 3. That one hit hard. I remember Chapter 3 being good, and I remember not disliking any of them. I actually think that Part 2 is probably my least favorite, but it could just be because I wasn't in the right. I wasn't digging it when I saw it the first time. I don't know. I don't remember hating any of them. I actually thought The Last Key was kind of fun, you know. But I remember 3 was good. I'd probably go with 3 as well, to be honest with you. Thoughts on quarantine? It sucks. I'm ready for all this to be over with, Jonathan. No, I'm kidding. I know what you meant. Great movie. Love Quarantine. I agree about Insidious 3. It's my favorite. Cauldron Films is putting Sator out on Blu-ray this May. It's a solid slow burner horror film. I've already pre-ordered. I saw that. Oh, it's Rudy. I know Pizzle liked that movie, so I might have to pick that up. So did Scream Factory ever release an Army of Darkness 4K disc? No, not yet, Austin. I have Mimic on Blu-ray. You should buy it. What are your thoughts on I Know What You Did Last Summer, Ash Jonathan? I Know What You Did Last Summer is awesome. I prefer it over Scream, which is sacrilege. I love Scream, but I love I Know What You Did Last Summer. I love that fisherman gimmick and all. I really like that. Thoughts on Under the Skin, Dirk? I don't remember that or recognize that by name, Dirk. Huh. I don't know. For me, it's Natalie Portman all day. That's a good one. Joe Cool. Yeah. No problem, Tabata, man. You're the real deal, brother. I really appreciate you. I would have liked a hostage situation at Discovery Zone and Under Siege 3. Yeah. Republica. My only criticism of New Nightmare is that they didn't make Freddy scary with his appearance. His appearance is ranked last in New Nightmare. I thought it was okay. I kind of like that kind of like German expression vibe he had going on. 2 is my favorite look. 2 is the best, without question. It's also my favorite Nightmare, but, I like 4, too. I like the look of 4. Thoughts on The Witch? It's probably one of the best movies that A24 did, in my opinion. Republica, that's right. Thank you, guys. 'Cause I'm standing on the rooftop, shout it out. Baby, I'm ready to go. Such a good song. Favorite slasher of all time? Probably The Final Chapter. Probably The Final Chapter. I have not seen The Barbarians. Total Meltdown. Thoughts on Girl House 2014? I never saw that, David. I don't think I did. I saw Five Girls, though, which was like a really fun 2000s silly witch movie. Adding them to the list. Alone in the Night itself is already on that list. That fucking song rages, but you're right. Every version is just flat, adding Soldiers of the Night as well. Dude, you're the man, Tabata. Thank you so much. Best memory attached to a movie? Oh, Dying Breed, that's a great question. This will be controversial, but honestly, Paranormal Activity is probably the most fun theater experience I ever had. Everybody was going nuts. People were running out of the theater. It was exhilarating. I mean, it was like the closest thing to Rocky Horror Picture Show I'd probably ever experienced. I mean, people were getting up and running. I mean, it was insane. It was really cool. Really, really cool. They need to do somehow unearth the Event Horizon Director's Cut sometime before I die. JWiki, if they ever find it, my man. If they ever find it. Any thoughts on the Lawnmower Man? Jonathan Sango asks. I like the Lawnmower Man for what it is. I think I would have leveraged it much more in the humor side. I think they go fairly serious on it. But then again, that kind of works in its favor in terms of being funny because it's kind of taking itself seriously in some aspects. End of the day, it's kind of a fun, just 90s, pizza movie, Lawnmower Man is. So I guess I can't just, it's fine. I like it. Yeah, guys, check out Tabata. Thoughts on Night of the Demons 2? I love Night of the Demons 2. I liked it a lot. I haven't seen 3 though. I have a shirt of part 3, but I've never owned. I never owned it. I like 2 probably more than 1, quite frankly. Sean, thank you for the $2 pounds. Is that pounds? Would you ever like a Terminator remake? Yeah, I guess so. I mean, a lot of the sequels people just typically don't like. It's like I don't know if they're trying to just match part 2 ever, but I wouldn't care either way, quite frankly. I mean, what are they going to do? Make another sequel that people will just say this isn't good anymore? So what the hell do you do? I never had a problem with the Return of the Living Dead 2 score. Both work in my opinion. Well, me too, Austin. How you doing, Drew? Good evening. Good evening. Lethal Weapon 2 I thought was the best or equal to part 1. Lethal Weapon 2 is the best one. For me, it's no joke. It's Lethal Weapon 2. Lethal Weapon 2 is the best. I love it. Dying Breed. How you doing, Dying Breed? Unpopular opinion, Texas Chainsaw 2 is better than the first, but I still have the first one. I love Texas Chainsaw 2 Total Meltdown, so I won't argue with you. I love Texas Chainsaw 2. It's my second favorite. I'm not sure if you realize this, but the cute blonde in Children of the Corn 2 was in Nightmare on Elm Street 2, Freddy's Revenge as Angela Walsh. I think I knew that, C-Rad. Yeah, very cool. Children of the Corn 2 is not bad, man. Thoughts on From Dusk Till Dawn? I reviewed that last year, I think, on my birthday. As a matter of fact, I loved revisiting From Dusk Till Dawn. What a fun movie. The human guitar is so ridiculous. I love it. Do you think Stallone could still do the Edgar Allan Poe movie he wanted to do? I think he could do anything he wants to do. Total Meltdown. That guy's a monster. Mid-70s and still kicking ass. Did you pre-order the new Ghost album? I didn't pre-order it. I'm excited to hear it. I mean, I loved Call Me Little Sunshine. What a killer track, man. That song was so kick-ass. Their songwriting is so cool. I just love it. Everything is riff-oriented and moody and gothic. It's just great. I might pick it up on vinyl, though, because I picked up a prequel, and I wouldn't mind getting Meliora on vinyl, but we'll see. I got to pick them up. Somebody said they're actually going to have them in Walmart. If that's the case, I'm going to grab it straight from there. The I Know What You Did last summer TV show was horrible. I never saw it. Okay, stop the stream to watch Under the Skin now. I'll check that out. I'm not going to stop the stream, but we got a show to do, brother. Under the Skin. I'll write that down. Under the Skin is that Scarlett Johansson movie where she's an alien wearing human skin to lure men and to have for Dindon. That sounds pretty good, actually. I love me some Scarlett, man. Scarlett Johansson in Under the Skin is highly underrated. It's an A24 2013 film. It's funny when I realize that A24 has been around longer than I thought. That's cool. They should do a requel to I Know What You Did Last Summer and bring back Jennifer Love Hewitt. I don't think she's going to do it, man. I don't think she's going to do it. I'm surprised you and or Pizzow haven't put out a t-shirt where your emblem's on the door of an outhouse with a ooh baby, oh baby. That's Piz all day. I'm not doing that. Piz has claimed to. Piz is rightfully like the rightful owner to Friday 5, not me. He's just, I mean, what can I say? He's been on this planet longer than me. He's got much more of a lineage with that movie. So that's him. Drop Dead Gorgeous. That's the song Tabata remastered. It sounds so good. Oh man, so good. I actually dig Freddy's Demon, Freddy versus Jason look. It was super dope. Oh yeah, at the end of Freddy versus Jason, that was cool. Yeah. The Paranormal Activity experience was so fun. Dude, it really was. It really was. Holy crap. Have you ever seen the 1977 House? It's an Asian fantasy horror vibes of Evil Dead 2. I have not, Dirk. You throwing these weird ones at me, brother. I've seen House, not the 80s one, but the 70s Asian one. That one movie's nuts. Charlie Lynn Spradling is my first crush puppet master too. She was in. She's gorgeous. Tabata says, "Am I the only idiot who prefers Texas Chainsaw 3D over Texas Chainsaw Massacre 2022?" Anthony, I saw you said you weren't a big fan of 2022. I liked it, but I love 3D. I don't know where I would rank 2022. I'm actually a big fan of the look of what's his name in part 2? Didn't they give Jason? Didn't they give him a different look? He is a Hewitt, right? Jedediah, or he's a Sawyer, Jed Sawyer. Is that what they call Leatherface in 3D? I really liked, we'll just call him Leatherface. What are we doing here? I really liked the look of part 3 of 3D. His mask had this weird petrified wood look to it that I really liked. And the actor, I love the shot where you see the van up in the sky and you see Leather running towards the van. I don't know. I think in some ways 3D hammers it home in just that really fun aspect of just silliness. But 2022, the intensity and the gore was great. I don't know where I would rank them, man. I don't know, because 3D's, I love 3D. Love both of those movies. I'd have to think about it. What was there a movie you grew up with that helped you with hard times growing up? Return of the Living Dead, man. Like, seriously. I've told that story in my retrospective. Have you watched the director's cut of Lawnmower Man? That's the definitive version to watch. Yes, I have this. I have the Scream Factory. Hollywood Jake Time Walker says 3D was better than 2022. What are your thoughts on Vampire in Brooklyn? It's fine, Jonathan. I like that movie. That Wes Craven film. I like that movie. No Terminator remake. Just let it go. Tech Degenerate, love your vids. Thank you, Tech Degenerate. I appreciate it. Hi, Jake. Did you ever watch Midnight Mass? Holy shit. Midnight Mass is one of the greatest shows I've ever seen. Jay Wiki Jr. Where are you reading this from? I'm in Louisiana, Tech Degenerate. Louisiana. Let's see. Something about TCM2 I always loved is the fact that the cook has a car phone. We joked about that on the episode we did with Pizzal for the Unita episode. That was hilarious, man. You know, that was absolutely hysterical. I loved it. You know, toss enough money at someone, they will make any shitty movie. You got that right, man. What is the best Romero movie in your opinion? Best Romero movie? I don't know, man. I think it's Night. A lot of people would probably say Dawn. The Dark Half is good. Monkey Shines. The Crazies. Season of the Witch. I'd probably go with Night of the Living Dead. Picked up any retro games lately? Not lately, man. I think the last one I picked up was the Noid for Nintendo. You know, I thought Nightmare 1 Freddy was the most disturbing. Appetite for Destruction versus Van Halen debut. Oh my God, that's tough. I'd probably go with Van Halen debut. I love the Van Halen debut. I can't wait to feel your love tonight. I like Guns, man. I really do. I like Use Your Illusion Volume 2 a lot. It's probably my favorite record from them was Volume 2. I don't know. What can I do? What can I say? What can I do? You know. I have seen The Vanishing from 88. Which poster do you prefer, The Gate or Gate 2? Which poster? The Gate 2's poster is great. Argento or Romero? I'm going to go I'm going to go Romero. But At the same time, that's Suspiria, man. God damn, that movie's good. And 3D, yeah, it's Jed. I just think the continuity works better in the requel regard better than 2022 does. But if we're talking about perfect sequels to the original, it's still TCM 296 for me. Yeah, I get it. Like, dude, it's interesting. On Twitter, it's just, dude, it's violent. It's like, it's either a piece of shit 2022 is, or it's like really fun, or it's like, how could you like this? I got those comments when I reviewed it. How could you like this? Like, it was like liking a child predator almost. I just enjoy the movies, but 3D is so fun. It's just it's like a little sad when you just keep hearing the same sound bite. The timeline makes no sense. Well, what about the movie though? Like, did you like Leatherface? Did you think the characters were really funny and the women were really hot and it was just really fun overall? Who cares about the timeline? That's the way I kind of think about it. But it does probably, quite frankly, too, Tabata, it's like that movie came out damn near a decade ago, so it's like the timeline does not seem as stretched out, too, and that's a reality thing, I think, as well, so despite the fact that it was really 30 years and not 40 years or whatever, or 40 years and not 50 years or something like that. I don't know. I don't even know what the hell year it is, but, 3D is awesome. Thoughts on Hocus Pocus 2? Oh, man, I don't know. We'll see. Andrew Briniarski or Gunnar Hansen? Holy shit. Gunnar's always going to be my boy. I love Gunnar, but Andrew's the man. He is. He did such a good job. Gun to the head, though. I got to stick with Gunnar. What are your thoughts on Green Inferno? Probably my favorite Eli Roth movie, Jonathan. I loved Green Inferno. Have you seen Killer Party? Yes, I've got the Blu-ray. I didn't love it, so I didn't review it. It's all right, What movie are you watching tonight, Christian? I'm watching Vamp. I don't know what I'm watching tonight. We'll see. I say Day of the Dead was Romero's best, but just a very disturbing movie. Day of the Dead's that could be one of the best too. That could be it. Have you played Power Blade 1 and 2 for NES? Yes, I've got them. Going with Van Halen is a close call, but Day of the Dead is probably the best Romero film for me. Yeah, I would just put Night as the best because it's so influential, and I love it. Day of the Dead is an all-time classic. The new TCM game creators tripped me out saying the family's last name is Slaughter and is shown in the 74 film. Are you a Tarantino fan? I am a Tarantino fan, I guess. I like some of his stuff. I really would like to see him do a legitimate horror film, and he's talked about it. He's going to do one more movie, according to him, on the Joe Rogan show, which I know is controversial to say. You can't say Joe Rogan without people throwing tomatoes at you, but guess what? I listened to that episode, and he said he's going to do one more movie. So Tabata says facts. I haven't seen TCM 2022, so I have no opinion of it. TCM The Next Generation or Halloween Resurrection? Next Generation. I love Next Generation, by the way. One of the few huge fans. Ranks number 3 in my favorite Texas Chainsaw movies. Next Generation all day. I love McConaughey in that movie. What's your favorite Scream Factory release? Probably Return of the Living Dead. They killed it. They gave you the More Brains documentary. They gave you all the bells and whistles. TCM 2022 is fun, extremely dumb and nonsensical, but fun for an hour and 13 minutes. How's your day, Christian? It's going good, Brandon. Thank you for asking. Thoughts on Ouija? Ouija Origin of Evil, Jonathan, is the one. I love Ouija Origin of Evil. Would you rather be an ape in Planet of the Apes film or a zombie in a zombie film? Zombie all day. Thoughts on the Resident Evil games? Never played them. Do you think they will reboot the Munchies? I don't know, Blair. That's a random one. I like the Munchies, though. Thank you, Brandon. $2 super chat. You going to watch the new Foo Fighters horror movie? I will see it. Studio 666. I will check it out very soon. Death Proof was cool. Thank you again, Brandon. I can't believe Van Halen played my hometown, but I was only 4 at the time. I would love to see the real Van Halen. Any thoughts on the Night Flyer? Night Flyer's fine. I like the Night Flyer. It's all right. I guess it's TV. It's pretty good. The extended theatrical. What's up, Drum Dums? He says, "I love you. Thank you, Drum Dums." Oh, we finally caught up to the chat. Woo, that was fun. I love you too, Lee. Good to see you in here. Night Flyer needs a Blu-ray. Have you seen I'm Madman? All right, hold on. Donovan's kind of hurting me. He says Van Hagar sucks. I gotta disagree. I understand that they're different, but I am a big Van Hagar guy. I think that the Foreign Lawful Carnal Knowledge album is just so good. I'm a Sammy fan. I just like Sammy. I think he's one of the best singers, pound for pound, and he turned Van Halen into this really just. I liked where they went. I really did. But then again, it's hard to beat that debut 74 album. It's hard to beat 1984. But for me, pound for pound, the best Van Halen album, if I had to say pound for pound to me, the best Van Halen album is 5150. And I think that was the biggest seller they ever did, ever. So, not that that matters, but I'm just saying the people liked it. You know. Do you have Prophecy 79 Blu-ray? Yeah, I've got the Prophecy, man. Fright Night versus the Lost Boys? Oh, are you kidding me? The Fright Night. It's not even close. Ever seen Eli Roth's Knock Knock? Oh, yeah. I like Knock Knock. That movie's so crazy. Do you think we'll get another great Most Dangerous Games type movie like Running Man and Hard Target? I would like that. For Unlawful Calling Knowledge and 5150 are great. Yeah, Balance is one of those records that I listen to because I feel I need to, but I don't know about Balance. I think the hits are the hits. Can't Stop Loving You is a catchy song, but the album, that weird utopian 80s and 70s bands trying to make music in the 90s is interesting. But at the same time, Eddie has talked about, like, he never really listened to whatever when he was making his records, he never listened to anything that was going on. So maybe that's why Balance does sound so unique during its time, but the production of it is like, I don't know. Balance is an interesting record. I like it a lot, but I can't put my finger on what it is about the album that's just weird to me. But I think every Van Hagar album is a good album, end of the day. I just think that's Foreign Lawful has got some. I love Standing on Top of the World and stuff like that. The drums sound great on a Foreign Lawful. OU812 was good. They had one of their biggest hits ever. How Do You Know When It's Love? But my favorite song on the OU812 record has to be Finish What You Started. I mean, goddamn. They killed the live version of that they did on Howard Stern, where it's like rock, more hard rock is great, but Finish What You Started is a jam. I mean, God almighty. Anyway. So OU812. What rock star would you want to have a beer with? Oh God, that's a great question. What rock star would I want to have a beer with? I want to talk to Alice Cooper, but Alice doesn't drink, so we'd have a Diet Coke or a Diet Pepsi, and I'd talk to Alice. He's my hero. Alice is my hero. Lee says the FUCK and Balance are awesome albums. Any other news on Near Dark and 4K? That's been like weird, JK. It's just been kind of silent for a while, and nobody really knows what the hell's going on with it. What's a horror movie with good CGI? Great question. I think the best example of a horror movie with great CGI is Silent Hill 2006. I think you can't get much. That's the perfect CGI horror movie. Thoughts on Wish Upon? Haven't seen it. Fair Warning by Van Halen is their ultimate sin. Underrated as F, one of their best. Yeah, Ozzy's Ultimate Sin is my favorite Ozzy solo record without question. If not that, it's No More Tears, but Ultimate Sin has some great songs. I'm a secret loser. But Fair Warning is great. Ever listen to Ice Nine Kills? They make songs based on horror movies. They have a song called Stabbing in the Dark based on Halloween. Brandon, I gotta be honest with you. I'm not taking anything away from them musically, but I if I was gonna ever make like a band that's horror themed, I would never just be so on the nose like that. That's why I like Manson. He's just dark imagery, and I like Zombie. Although Zombie kind of does that, but at the same time, he also just, I don't know, he's kind of grandfathered in because he sings about really classic shit like that girl is a gore whore and stuff like that. But the Ice Nine Kill stuff, I've listened to them. They're just a little too on the nose for me. But the music is good. I would never take away from the musicianship. I would just dial it back the horror. I just wouldn't be that blatant about it. But that's just me. Alex Van Halen is easily one of my biggest drum influences. Love his sound. He's the man. I mean, he is the man. And the drum tones on the Foreign Lawful is some of my favorite drum tones. You know, it's interesting when you listen to, I was listening to Van Halen 3 the other day because I liked Extreme, so I like Gary Sharon, and it's interesting that that album is basically demos, and they just end up using those demos because that's everything sounds so, you know, just raw. The songs are the songs, and I get it. Not everybody. I'm not a big Van Halen 3 fan, but at the same time, I think Josephina is one of the most beautiful written songs I've ever heard. So I guess it can't be that bad of an album, but those, it's interesting. Everything about that album sounds so raw because it's demos. Pound Cake is the best. Pound Cake is the best. How long? Good stuff. Power Slave or Killers. Now we're talking. Iron Maiden. I'm gonna go with Killers. Power Slave is not my favorite Dickinson record. Killers is my favorite Paul Di'Anno record, but my favorite Dickinson record is honestly it's No Prayer for the Dying. I love that album. I love that raw. They recorded that album in a barn, so it's got this really raw, honest sound to it. I love the songs Fate's Warning, and I love Tail Gunner, Bring Your Daughter to the Slaughter. I love Mother Russia. All those songs. Those are great. So that's my favorite song. One of my favorite 90s rock albums is Karabi's Motley Crue. Oh my God, dude. Thank you. That album, the production is insane on it. Hooligans Holiday. So good. I love the Karabi album. That dude was a monster. I wish they would have kept him around. Worst Hellraiser sequel? I don't know, man. Probably the one where it's like just a detective killing people and he doesn't know it's him doing it, and Hellraiser shows up for 10 seconds. I don't know. Some of them are. Just saw Alice and Ace Frehley live in Tupelo, Mississippi. Kick-ass show, gave me chills. That's awesome. I love Alice and I love Ace. Thoughts on the new Exorcist movie being made? I don't know. You know. Also, Lost in America and Hey Stupid are my favorite Alice Cooper songs, for what it's worth. I can't get a girl because I ain't got a car. Yeah, that Last Temptation's a good record. The final Sony record from Alice. My favorite Alice Cooper records. Let's see. It's got to be Trash, because only Alice could make a glam hair metal album and still keep that dark, moody Alice stuff. Even the ballads, you know. Trash is great. I also love Raise Your Fist and Yell. I covered Prince of Darkness. That's on the Patreon if you're a patron, and that was fun. Constrictor's great. I also love the Blackout era stuff. So, I mean, you've got the Special Forces is great. Zipper Catches Skin. I also love Killers. Alice is the man. He survived everything. Hey Stupid's one of my favorites too. Love Hey Stupid. You know. Yeah, that's right, Donovan. Good job. Have you ever seen Nightmare on Elm Street? Came out in 1984. No, I haven't. Thoughts on House of Wax? Love it. Love that little utopian village that they made. You know, good stuff. I love Halloween. Great band. Psycho vs. Psycho 2. Love both of them. Psycho 2 is my favorite. When will Jeepers Creepers 4 come out? It hasn't been disclosed when they're going to release it or where it's going to be released. Probably going to be direct to video or streaming, if I had to guess, Antonis. So just, you'll know when they reveal it. Desperado is my favorite Alice Cooper song. He wrote it about Jim Morrison. Great track. Love It to Death. Great record. Death Magnetic versus Hardwired to Self-Destruct. Hardwired all day long. I'm not a big Death Magnetic fan. One missed call is good, Jonathan. We're going to start wrapping it up, guys. We're over the hour mark, and I'm getting tired. My Iron Maiden claim to fame is I saw Adrian Smith in a pub 20 minutes from my house. That is awesome, Savoy. John McCullough, what's up, brother? Have you heard the band Skinny Puppy? No, I've heard of Sick Puppies, but not Skinny Puppy. If they ever did a Killer Clowns from Outer Space remake or requel, would you and Cold Canyons, be willing to collab with the Dickies on a modern sounding theme song for. Of course. Are you kidding me? Of course. Special Forces Rule. Nobody knows that damn album. Oh, dude. Skeletons in my closet. I said, whoa. Whoa, whoa. That's so good. Are you kidding me? Is there a movie that makes you cry? I don't know. I guess Rocky IV if I'm really emotional. If I need motivating. You know. Chucky vs. Riggs and Murdoch from Lethal Weapon. Riggs all day. Best Leprechaun movie? Probably part 1 or part 3. I mean, part 1 and 3 are really good. Are you excited for Stranger Things coming back in May? Apparently they have it split in 2 volumes versus May, second volume is July. I am, Brandon, but because they took so long and they said they were working on it for so much, it better be the most amazing thing I've ever seen. I mean, it really better be the most amazing thing I've ever seen. You know. Oh man, I gotta disagree. All Nightmare Long smokes everything on Hardwired. Yeah, I mean, that's a good song. I think what it is I don't know. I really like the thrashiness of Hardwired. And I'm not saying that Death Magnetic wasn't necessarily that, but I thought that Moth into Flame is one of the best Metallica songs ever written. So I gotta stick with Hardwired. I thought that Moth into Flame is one of the best songs ever. I'm such a fan of Moth into Flame, specifically too. I love that song. Thank you for the live stream. Thank you, Joe Cool, and answering questions. So, guys, just to reiterate everything about the show and about the news if you came in later. So, we updated the You Need a Horror podcast logo because that image of Tarman is something somebody created. So when I realized, the show's growing and we're producing merchandise available, I wanted to have a fresh logo. So my wife drew the zombie hand with the spray paint. So this is the new logo for the show. And all of that merchandise is available on Teespring. The prices have never been lower. If you buy anything from there, get a t-shirt, a mug, a zip-up hoodie, the crew neck, which is my favorite. You get, send me a picture of it. We'll put you on the podcast. All the CHH Live stuff is still up there. Also, Cold Canyons. My band dropped our latest EP live at Strange Brew, and I'm very proud of it. If you check out anything, check out Standing in the Fire. I get a lot of fun vocals on that. Also, we covered the Dead Weather is I Feel Love, Every Million Miles. That was really fun. Came out great. So check that out. And we got another You Need a Horror podcast coming out. I'll probably take it easy tomorrow, guys. No video tomorrow, but you'll have a new You Need to come out Sunday, and it's going to be a good episode. It's a free-for-all horror discussion. We get into toxic fandom. We get into the debate on if we get into discussions on, if loving Texas Chainsaw Massacre 2022 but hating Halloween Kills is hypocritical because they're both kind of silly slasher films. Well, Nick does, because I asked him. Nick is when we get him on his Halloween roll. A lot of stuff like that. We get into childhood memories. We get into all the questions you guys asked us. So Sunday's episode is going to be a good one. So there we go. That's everything. Brandon, if you need a shirt, man, send me a picture of it. Let me know you bought one. And we will put your image up on the screen for the podcast. So I really appreciate it. I'm going to order me some merch myself. I need to get a CHH Lives mug, and I need to get some merch to show, because I think a lot of people would actually appreciate it if you see the merchandise, if you actually see me wearing it, and you see, oh, that's what it actually looks like. Because a picture is a picture, and pictures don't always do it justice what the merchandise will look like. So I'm going to order that stuff soon. So Tabata, it's good to see you here, brother. Everybody check out my boy Tabata. Great guy. Great dude. And I need to see this Halloween cut you created, because it sounded really good. Actually, I saw a clip of it. No, I did see some of it. I think you posted it. You had a link to it somewhere, and it was a really great edit to go from 1 to 2. But I don't know. I'd love to own it somehow from you. All right, guys. Thank y'all so much for everything. I appreciate you hanging out with me tomorrow. We'll see you Sunday with the You Need a Horror podcast, episode 34. And it's going to be a good one. So And everything's on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, all that. So if you're not listening to the show, listen to it. And please take the time to rate us. It helps us in the algorithmic deal of the platform. So if you listen to us on Apple, please just go to write a review and just put great. Just review us, please, or just put good or pretty good or they're all right or I don't like them. Do the same on Spotify. Please rate us, rate us, rate us, rate us. Please, I'm begging you, rate us. It helps us out a lot. So I really appreciate it. Love you guys. You have a great rest of your Friday. Enjoy it. I'll be around. If you need me, message me, guys. Take care. I love you. Bye.